The string type represents a sequence of 0 or more Unicode characters. And you can access individual characters in the string with the indexer operator. Strings use zero-based indexing, which means if you want to access the first character in the string, you have to start with element 0. However, this is read-only, because strings in C# are
immutable.
That means once a string has been created, it cannot change. If you really want to modify an existing string, you should use the String Builder class. To iterate over each character in the string, you can use a simple for loop. To add multiple strings together, you can concatenate with the plus operator. And to compare a string with another, you can simply write like this, or use the string equals method. Here are some common escape characters. For example, you can write a string that looks like this. This is the new line escape sequence, which means if you output this string, you will see that the string now is in 2 lines. By adding the \n, you're creating a new line. This string contains the tab sequence and the output will be like this. You can always add multiple escape sequences after another. And if you ever wanted to have a string that also contains quotation marks, you will notice that this causes a problem, because the quotation marks needs to be escaped as well. File paths can look something like this. But for this to work, we have to escape it with another \. Or you can add an @ sign before the string, which is called a verbatim string. By adding the $sign before the string, it becomes interpolated, which means you can insert data into the string. Here, we're inserting the name string and the age integer into the string directly, and the output will be like this. The string class comes with some useful methods. Here's a quick summary of some of them. The NullOrEmpty function will simply check if the string is null or empty. The ToUpper function will turn this string into uppercase characters. The ToLower will turn it into lower characters. In this case, we're using substring 0 to 5, which will pick the first 5 characters. Here is the IndexOf function, which will try to find pizza in this string, and it will return the index, which in this case is 7. If it didn't find pizza, it would return a -1. Here we're using StartsWith, which is true if this string starts with Batman, which it does. Here we have a simple contains. In other words, if string contains the word or, this is true, which is in this case true. Here we have a replace function. I want to replace Batman with Superman in this string. And if you check the result, it says Superman or Robin instead of Batman and Robin. Here we have a trim function, which will remove empty spaces in the beginning and end of the string. Here we have the insert function. We want to insert a comma, a space, and James Bond to the end of this string. So the end result will be, my name is Bond, James Bond. Here we're using string split, and we're splitting on the empty space character. We have banana, apple, orange, and kiwi. And if you do the string split and split on the spaces in between, you will be able to separate out them as individual words. And finally, how long is a piece of string? Well, in C#, the maximum length of a string is limited by the memory of the system. So theoretically, a string can be as long as the maximum value of int32. This has been the string class in C#.